Alright, we got paired. Let's try e4 this time. Out of d4, c4, knight f3 zone. Got Siciliano. Let's try... Not... Well, I start with the closed Sicilian. I'm going for the... Like a little delayed Grand Prix here. The plan is to go f4. Let's just bang it there. e6 allows the d5 to come at some point. But sometimes I would know that my opponent doesn't really play e6 Sicilians. And it's their recipe for this. You could turn it into a... Instead of f4, go for knight f3 instead. Then go for normal Sicilian, but I have no clue what he'd play, so... Might as well go what we were planning to do anyways. I feel like this might be the best. Best versus the f4 though. Prepping d5. Maybe not yet. Or maybe yet. Actually... Alright, a6. Takes away this stuff. And maybe preps the... Put the bishop here and here. So should we care about that and play a4 there? Meh. We don't care, right? Let's just go. This is gonna be a problematic piece now that there's not very juicy squares here or here. Alright, so they play d5. I don't think I'll wanna sidestep that. I mean, technically we probably could, but that does not look like something I wanna play. I mean, maybe it's fine. I'm thinking more about chop d4. Maybe playing for some kind of isolani. We of course have the f4 here as a... Probably ends up as a bad pawn. Kind of reminds me of the last game. Well, maybe not last game before that. Of course we could play d3. And then take with the knight if we need to. That would probably be an okay line too. Let's play it in that way. I don't know, this is probably gonna go here, bang, bang. This goes here, I might be actually be tempted to push the e5. The knight has no squares. I mean, there's sometimes if white black and then counterattack this knight and then chop and chop and chop and chop and chop. Everybody chop something. I think I've mostly been here as black side. So we're definitely not taking and pushing d4 now that we already wasted the move with d3. So I'll just play g3 because I don't know where else to put this guy. We could at some point chop here. I mean, I know sometimes people play this way against me and play d4 in a 2 moves, but I just don't believe in it, wasting time. And I could have done this, and I might have Or maybe I should have done it anyways. Possible. I'm kind of tempted just to flip the board around and play it on the black side. Looks more natural. B4. I don't know. Would I have played B5? Maybe. Alright, so maybe their threat is to take push here and then take here when I have no knight takes. I mean, we could at this moment take. Put this guy here, question mark. I somehow just don't fancy anything like this, and let's say I play bishop here, b5, knight goes somewhere, they take. And then if I take, they'll take and the king ends here. I do know that there is always like, in those positions, if I have the bishop here, there is, after this, there is the knight g5. Where they cannot really keep taking because of this guy coming up here. And then we might retake with the knight anyways. Or the bishop. Or somebody. So, let's do it. I'm tempted. If he goes here, I'm not 100. Oh, he takes, just takes. Well, now we have the knight here. We could also take with the pawn. But I don't know. I'd rather keep the queens on. This is their square. The diagonal is might be something someday. They could stick the bishop there. Reinforce the knight. Well, this guy's again complete garbage. But on the good side, this side does not seem very developed. So is there ever like knight here and then suppose it's too much? I mean, I guess I could stick the knight there and then just take back with the pawn. It's kind of trying to open the C file, the F file, sorry, and come up with all kind of discovery threads around here. I mean, they could play maybe rook here. Maybe there's something good there for black, question mark. We could just castle like a normal person. So knight d5, knight takes, f takes, maybe queen here, check, takes, I don't know, takes with something. This hangs with the check and then the rook could go here. Oh, the rook can't go. Well, I think I said here. Yeah. We could draw and check here. But maybe they're fine there, especially if I have to play the queen here to block this check at some point. Except I might be able to come back with the bishop to block that check. F5. Bishop F4. Queen takes here. I am kind of tempted. I also feel like then a pawn could be isolated there in some fashion. Whatever. You only die once or twice or 7 times. Now I have to be, at some point we have to be careful with this square that we weakened now. If I castle, for instance, then you start to realize why the f-pawn is so... It is rarely good move to push the f-pawn. Rarely. Just because it just weakens this idiot so much. So if I castle, there's... starts to be all kind of porkies around there. It might be okay. Alright, so I assume this is some sort of a threat. The bishop coming here and then giving some check there. That is going to be somewhat unpleasant. We could also stick it here. The idea of takes, queens hit. They have no check there. If they take, then I'll take the bishop. So they have to go somewhere to keep the bishop defended. And then have some like a weird pawn on d6, which might be strong or might be completely stupid. So we could just castle here, try to bang on the f-file, put this here. It's basically a pawn sack question mark. I could draw the knight check there, take there. I think I'll just do it. Sack it. Who needs pawns? Some people keep saying that the pawns are not people. I mean, maybe black's crazy and just goes there. Maybe black's crazy. And we could put the bishop here. Could think about this and going for the f-pawn too. Knight can't really go here without letting this come here with the devastating check. Here we also probably take it. Alright, so they go here. And now... I mean, I guess this is out of the question, at least. Chop, chop. Knight, rook takes, and this stays defended. Except I do have the pin here. Knight d6 takes. Other option could be to go here and be a bit of a question. How do you do it? And if bishop goes there, then maybe we'll go there. And if f6, then I assume they're gonna die. What else? I feel like if they take here, I can take here. Also maybe take back there just. Alright, so we added the bishop here, which could be good or bad. Could be good, could be bad. Could still go here. Chop, chop. Oh, now he can take with the queen too, because the rook covers this one. Sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky. This guy is still not going anywhere. I mean, yeah, he's not going anywhere. This might be hanging. I don't think taking there does anything. This, like I said, they might be able to take either way. Or maybe the rook takes still runs into this. Just to somehow go for this. Or here. I don't know. I'm gonna do it this way. My plan is to go here and have the bishop support that. Even though probably all the actual chess players that like to attack cringed badly when I moved backwards. And I'm counting pawns when I'm supposed to sack mate. I don't care. Go home. Don't watch this video. This is for the dull people like me. Count pawns. And my people. The pawn counters. I mean, I kind of like it since the bishop d6, the knight d6 check seems semi-unknown. I was going to say that maybe he actually has to take. I mean, maybe this is fine. I have a bishop pair, but the moment this guy is not really the best bishop in the world. This guy could be going places. So a4, b5, I suppose. I like it anyways because it kind of phrases things on the dark squares. They have the dark squared bishop. And if they take, then we get to open things up. And if not, then I'll take and open the rook up. Even though it also kind of makes it maybe harder for me to... I mean, maybe we play c3 and not let him... I mean, he can't really do it. I was thinking maybe like playing b3 after cb4 and then this side is locked up where we have the extra pawn. I understand there is actual point to it, maybe even in a way that bishop, these pawns would stay on the dark squares like an idiot, but that is our pawn majority on this side. I don't know. Probably the knight could go somewhere. I assume this is gonna happen though. I assume that is gonna just happen. Unless c4 happens and they're trying to use the pin here. But then I'll just take here because we have the d3 covered really well. And then open this guy up. Yeah, I feel like b4 is just the only move. Nothing else matters. Black so much behind in the development front that they have to keep things closed. Otherwise it might be game over. Like maybe can we b4 just throw in the c3. Caution into the wind. The idea just take and then maybe try to use the c file open to get the rook in. Well, obviously if they play a3 and take there, then we have a passed pawn here. Maybe we just, our plan is then suddenly just push, promote. b5, c3, c4. Oh, he did not do it. I don't know if I like it. I'll just take it now. Or should we take here? Then take here. No, I like the bishop though. I'll just bang it. I don't understand what's the point of that move. Like maybe they'll take on f4. No, 4 keys. Really? I could add the pressure on f7. We could give a check. I assume rook has to go back there. I mean, I could give a check and then take here, and then even push there. Bishop defense here. I kind of like this. And if the king has, well, king comes here. I doubt there is hope after some check here. I mean, technically they're alive with f6. So I want to take here and push e6. Defend here. Can't take here. Has to take here. Ripping things open. Look. I look almost like a real attacking player. Hooray. So here, no checks, that's important. We have a check here coming, which might or might not be good. And now we could take here, we could take here, we could take here. I like taking here because they have to play king f8. I mean, we could take here, take here. Doesn't really seem convincing. Like maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. I mean, technically, no, this hits the queen too. I mean, maybe the king can go here, except this check is also kind of nasty. Yeah. I'm not sure it's resignable yet, is it? +7, I guess it is. So, what's the killer, bro? Like, obviously this is bad. Like, you don't want to play this as black. But is there a killer blow somewhere? Like, this is gonna live and your rook stuck behind your king. So you have to be just lost here, even if like minimum we just take and play the queen to any square. Actually, I can probably move here queen to any square and be winning. Like I can't hang it, luckily. Well, I have no idea what would be the right way. Maybe here to defend it and threaten stuff to go here and there. Maybe here, in case they do something like this. And also keep this away from the trying to get the king out here and the rook play. Even though it's not so easy, like they can play g6 here and then just take it and no, they cannot. That's not good. So maybe this also just wins. Checkmate. Alright, let's look from the beginning. So e6, f4. g3 would be some proper closed Sicilian. This is like a Grand Prix style. I mean, sometimes this goes called closed Sicilian too. Knight f3 is trying to transpose somewhere. I guess that's not really open Sicilian. Like maybe this is just not that great for black, like the isolated pawn there, which does not look the best. Maybe it's fine. I mean, maybe there is like this kind of line. The check or bishop g5. I mean, a check is also good. I was gonna say that bishop could probably go back there. And probably not. Knight d5, bishop d7, knight takes d5. Rook e5. Now where white is winning. Holy moly, what a move to find. Alright, whatever. f4, there. b5, knight c6, d5, all played here. Alright, so takes is rare. Black scores well. Like it's some kind of an IQP position with somehow if some idiot has played f4 there. I mean, obviously probably not take instantly anyways, but and then you can't play the bishop here, and then, well, obviously I can't even castle, so that's just a horrible move, but like just demonstrating that this would turn into an IQP at some point. Or maybe they could play the side step in and go for the queenside counterplay. White gets some nice knight in the center, and things are fine, I suppose. Can you go here? Apparently black's better than. Yeah, here I was gonna say that this line, apparently we can take here too. I was thinking of like you can move the knight somewhere and don't have to worry about this, because here you always have this kind of stuff, I think. This computer agree. Does not think this is so great for white though. But yeah, based on this pin here. I mean, this knight has a nice square, but we have a nice diagonal. Aren't these a little compromised? Like in a way of holes here for my knights. I guess you could call this a hole there too. For black pieces to go if needed. Fine. I don't know. I would not hate this position. Maybe I would not hate this position on either side. Alright, 95. Currently just developing or castling was better. I thought that this looks interesting. Oh, they were not supposed to take it. Just play rook c8 and yeah, the opening death pile looked scary. I have all kind of stuff happening here. Here I was thinking this, but like I said, maybe somewhere. And I'll take castle. What is this guy? Is it good, bad, ugly? Probably all of those. At least it's bad and ugly. Still says sky white is better. But I just didn't wanna have to guess what the Is the pawn gonna live? And like it's not obvious that I have great things here. I mean, maybe it is like it's not easy to find a square for the knight. Computer wants to play h5 and I guess knight here. No, then he goes here. Really? And then goes blockade the pawn. Just gets out of the way. Oh, sorry. Really don't wanna queen trade. Forgot about that guy. Bishop queen e2. So it takes away f6. Really? Bishop e7. h4. g4. At least that guy's stuck there. Alright, I'm getting out too far. Alright, there. This was probably useless. Maybe I should have played this one straight up with the same idea in the game. Stick the knight there and be happy. c4 opens up a check here. So this is not as good because you can check. Oh, apparently you cannot check because you have this one. So you're supposed to check from here. And then this is not hitting the queen. And again, is this gonna hold on there? Who knows? I did just this there, but is it any good? Probably not. Computer does not hate this. Get the bishop there. Alright, does not care about this. And says black should have, like I said, black should play there. I was gonna play c3. And then knight d5 apparently. If I take here, knight takes and then question mark. Fine. We both have problems. And maybe they are actually gonna escape. Knight takes, knight d5 was the other that big boo-boo. Goes takes, check. And this is just played. All the computer moves. Very suspicious. Oh, this was not played after this. My opponent resigned, I think. Or maybe he resigned here. But yeah, it seems to be hopeless. Alright, well, that was decent. Mistakes were made, but it was decent. Anyways, thanks for watching, and until next time.